Hello everybody. Oh gosh, I am looking at the live stream online and the quality is terrible. Bear with me just 1 second. Hi Kelly. Hi. I'm just going to try and work out with the video and see if I can make it any better in terms of the quality. Just bear with me 1 second. Oh, goodness me. That is not what I meant to do. Just resize myself. Is that any better? It looks better on my OBS. Let me just have a look on YouTube. There we go. That looks a little bit better. Hello everyone. Hi Jill. Hi Kelly. Now I can officially say hello to you all. I hope that you're all doing well. Thanks Kelly. I'm so glad that is clearer. Do you know, I am learning. I'm learning all the time about OBS software and how to properly live stream and things like that. So I hope you can accept a little bit of a beginner's kind of experience. So how is everybody doing? Can you see? I was pointing the wrong direction. Can you see our dog cam? Here we go. Our dog cam. This is Ezra. And if I go, Ezzy. This is Ezra. This is my sister Melissa's dog. I haven't actually asked her if she consents to him being on the video, but I know she will. He is with us tonight. Hopefully he'll just sleep. He does some very fun poses when he's fast asleep, so including like his little paws being up in the air, and yeah, you saw a bit of him on the recent vlog. So yeah, he's with us. Tonight's our last night, and then he goes home tomorrow, so I thought that he could have a little impromptu appearance on the live stream, which is cute. So how is everybody doing? How's everybody's day been? It is wild in Yorkshire tonight. I don't know, I don't really follow the weather. I don't know if there's like an actual proper storm going on or whether it's just because I live on the top of a big hill, but it's been really, really windy. Last night Ezra was very afraid of the wind, so I ended up sleeping on the sofa with him, bless him, because he was just too scared of the weather. So it's been wet and it's been wild and it's been windy all day. But Alex, one of the reasons why I quite like working at home is because I can be in my cosy little space, my little office room, and work away. So that's what I've been doing. So I'll just do a little intro. Basically, after the videos finish, these become videos on demand on my channel. People can watch them at any point. So hello to anybody who is watching the video on demand later after the live stream is finished. This is the Livestream Writing Club. We meet for 2 hours every week on a Tuesday evening. I say we meet as if this is not just like the first one officially. I've done a few tester live streams up till now, and then this is the beginning of a proper full series of weekly live streams on a Tuesday evening from 7 till 9 p.m. GMT, that's UK time, and they are here to provide community. They're a way for me and you, the subscribers or people who engage with my channel, to be able to have a two-way conversation, because it's very hard when you run a YouTube channel. All you're doing is basically talking to a camera, and it can sometimes feel like it's hard to feel like you're getting a connection with people. I love comments. I love chatting with people in the comments, and quite a lot of my subscribers have kind of, they'll send me DMs on Instagram and we chat on there, and we've even had a couple of people come to like some of my live events that I've done. When I say live events, I mean in-person events. I did a talk in Haworth a couple of years ago, and Lainey Mac, also known as Elaine, came along to that, and that was amazing to meet her in person. So yeah, it's nice to be able to find a way to do these kind of things where we can do something in person rather than me just being on a video. So, but also they are here for anybody who is writing a book or doing any kind of creative project to be able to find 2 hours once a week to be able to sit down and do some focused work. That's what I'm going to be doing this evening. I'm going to be working on my book. What's everybody else, everybody who's here live, what are you guys working on tonight? Are you working on something, or are you just coming to kind of hang out and have a chat? Yeah, so that's basically it. The format, how it works is that we have a little bit of a chat for the first kind of 10/15 minutes, and then we go into 20-minute sessions. So we'll have a 20-minute focused work session, and then usually have between 5 and 10 minutes again to just chat, catch up, talk about that writing session, how it went. I'll usually share a little bit of information on what I've been working on, and then we go into another, and usually we can get 3 good 20-minute sessions in the 2-hour slot. Sometimes, depending on how it works, I can get 4 in, but usually it's 3 to 4. So you should be able to get a good hour's worth of solid work in within a 2-hour session, and we've still got plenty of space to like chat and catch up and that kind of thing. So yeah, if you are watching this in the future, I hope you enjoy it. And yeah, if you want to come along, if you do want to come along to a future live stream, you want to know exactly when I'm live streaming, then check my channel out. It's charlottefinessewriter.co.uk, and there is a tab on my website for live stream. It's got my entire schedule on there for the next 12 weeks, showing the dates that I am and the dates I am not live streaming. Right, so that's that. Let me catch back up with chat again. Down in Somerset, Jill. Wow, I love it when people join from like all over. It's so cool. Cold and windy in Somerset as well. It's just not on, is it? I thought we'd got a little bit of spring recently with like this last week with it being quite warm, and wasn't it like 16 degrees last Monday or something like that? It was lovely, and I was like, so excited. I've got a blueberry bush in the garden, and I've had it wrapped up in the kind of white felt, the garden felt that you wrap it up in over the winter, and I unwrapped it the other day and there were some little buds on it, and I was thrilled. I was like, yes, my blueberry plant survived. Anyway, I've had to go out this afternoon and like wind it back up again because I was really worried about it getting damaged. So cold up in Scotland too. See, we've got Somerset, Yorkshire and Scotland represented. That's amazing. I think we have the wind coming through tomorrow. You've got the wind coming through tomorrow. I work from home too and enjoy being cosy in my office. Honestly, I love being cosy in the office. Tom, my husband, if anybody who doesn't know Tom, he's not very good with wind and rain. I think it's because historically we've had quite a lot of leaks in our house when it rains, and so bless him, he gets a bit anxious when it rains and it's very windy, whereas I secretly love it when it's like lashing against a window. I find it really cosy. Doing a few admin bits and reading. Yeah, you see, 20-minute nice reading things. Lovely. What are you reading at the moment, Kelly? Let me know. I've just started reading The Magician by Raymond E. Feist. I've never read it before, and it's one of Tom's favourite kind of books that he read as a youngster. A youngster? Oh my God, who says youngster? He read it, I think, either as a teenager or when he was a kid, and really, really loved it. So he actually bought me a copy of it for my birthday, and so I've been reading that. And then I'm also reading the other Bennett sister. I always get that mixed up with the other Boleyn girl. The other Bennett sister, I'm reading that at the moment for an upcoming YouTube video. So yeah, let me know what you're reading, Kelly. Goth, hi Goth and Whimsy, evening, how are you doing? We're just kind of having a little catch up and seeing how everybody's doing, seeing what you're working on. Are you going to be working on your novel this evening in our session? I am going to be doing that. I'm going to be working on the novel. I have still got a few little bits to do. I'll get it open in a minute. But yeah, I've got a few little bits to do from Tom's mum read how much I'd written. I think I'm on chapter 6 now. She'd read it while she was over recently, and I had some amendments to make. So I was doing those the other day. I changed quite a significant bit of a scene, and so it took a little bit of a while to get through it all. But yeah, I'm going to finish that off, I think. I'm reading The Witches of Vardo. It's good so far. I'd like to read The Other Bennett Sister before I watch the programme. I had it on my shelf for years. Exactly. So the way that I've done it is I started watching it and I didn't realise it was going out in 2 halves. So what I decided to do is I was like, I'll watch it, then I'll read the book, and I'll kind of have a look at what it's like to read the book before or after. But actually, because it's been cut into 2 halves, I decided to cut it down into, basically I've watched the first half of it, then I'm reading the book now before, I think the next part comes out like in 2 days time, doesn't it? So I really need to hurry up and finish reading it, and then I'm going to watch the second part of the series having read the book. And I think that's going to be a really interesting video to do. I'm going to do a review video on YouTube. Probably next Thursday's video is going to be that one, where, because I think I potentially, I don't know, I might be ruining like the second half of the TV show for myself, because I've really, really had a strong reaction to the first half, and I don't know if my reaction to it, my enjoyment of it, I'll tell you that much, I have really enjoyed it, will be the same in the second half after I've watched the book, because am I then going to be picking out bits in the series that I'm like, well, that's not actually how it was in the book. So yeah, very, very interesting to see. But yeah, I think you want to read it before you watch the programme. So far, I would say I've actually really, really enjoyed it, and I haven't read it so far. So I don't know, maybe hold off reading it, maybe hold off watching it until you see my video next Thursday, if you can last that long. I know it's quite a while to wait, and see what my thoughts are on whether you should or shouldn't read it before or after, and then decide based off that. I'm at a last minute dog sitting job, hence being a bit late here. Well, you weren't too late. I think it took me a little bit of a time to actually get going this evening, because I had a little bit of problem with the video. I'll be writing, but not sure whether to go for the contemporary or the Tudor fantasy yet. You need to do your Tudor fantasy, because I really want to read it. It sounds ace. Jill's journaling. I'm listening to The Other Bennett Sister on Audible at the moment. Yeah, I don't listen to many audiobooks, you know, and I really should do, because I love podcasts. Really, really love podcasts. The last Audible book I listened to was, oh gosh, I've forgotten the name of it now. It was, I did a video on YouTube a while back about plus size characters in fiction, and it was one of the books that I was reading as research for that video, and I can't remember the name of it now. But I really enjoyed it. I think I should definitely listen to more. Had zero interest in The Other Bennett Sister until I saw a few clips on Shorts and waited for the whole thing to come out to watch it in one hit. Yeah, it's fantastic so far. I've really, really enjoyed it. Good idea, I'll wait for your video, thanks. Fab. Tudor fantasy it is then. Yay! Right, the Tudor fantasy. Right. Oh gosh, it's nearly 20 past already. So I think so that you guys all get something out of it as well, and you don't just have to listen to me waffle on for 2 hours, shall we get straight into a 20-minute session, and then we can always have a bit more of a chat when we come back. So hopefully this transition's over okay, but the music should start anyway, and then I'll sort any image problems out. So let's go into the first session. Right. We are back. Ow. Oh, I've just smacked my hand. Yes, we're back. Oh, where you going? Where you going, baby? You okay? Little bean. Yeah, just smacked my hand there as I was coming back. I noticed that I'd forgotten to put the timer on. So I put the timer on, but the alarm didn't sound, did it? Interesting, because I realised that it didn't have any audio, so then I changed it so that it did have the audio on it, but it still didn't do the beep. To be fair, the last time we did it and it had the beep was like offensively loud. So we were talking about potentially changing the beeping sound anyway. And I know it wasn't quite in sync there with the music finished just before the timer did. But anyway, how did we all get on? How was your initial session? I was going through the print out of the book. The pages that I've done of the book so far. I was going through that because that's how Alison read it when she was over. She read I should take this out for a second. She read through printed out version. So yeah, I was just going through that. I'm almost at the end of the particular chapter. Oh my gosh. I don't think you can probably hear that. The weather, it's absolutely insane. And I don't know whether this keeps buffering. So I do apologise let me know if it's like really interfering a lot. Because there's a slight delay between my OBS software and the live stream. I've got them both up on my screen so I can see them both. But I think every so often it stops going live, and I think it's because it's buffering. It could be because of the weather. So I'm really sorry if it is still doing that quite a lot. I don't really know what to do if it continues that way. Is it first of all, is it happening? And is it really disturbing you? Because maybe we could just do more writing sessions rather than talking. Oh, it seems okay to you, Kelly. Right, okay. That's fine. If it's okay for you guys, then I can work with it. That's absolutely fine. I just don't want me to be waffling on and you struggling to kind of hear me or have a conversation. Right, okay. It's okay for you as well, Goth. Okay, fine. I'll shut up about it. No, it's fine. It's just, I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't disturbing, really. So yes, how did the session go? Did you work on the Tudor Fantasy? Oh, I'm sorry if you hear that. I promise you that's my chair, that's not me. I really do need to get a new office chair so that it doesn't creak and make dodgy sounds. But how did you get on with the writing? Like I say, I was just working through this particular scene. So in the book that I'm writing, the main character goes to see a solicitor to find out some information about an inheritance that she's having. And so it's quite a pivotal scene, even though it's quite early on in the book. It's only like chapter 6 and the chapters are quite short. It's a really pivotal part in the storyline because it is where the main character learns about the change in the law that's happened and how that has meant that she is able to inherit. And so there's kind of like, it's two characters, it's her and the solicitor, but the solicitor is relaying to her like the events of the law change and how it's all come to happen and everything. So it's quite a complicated scene. I want the dialogue to be organic and to feel like people are actually having a conversation, but at the same time there's quite a lot of historical information that I need to put in there. There's a lot of legal information that I want to get right. So at the moment I'm just trying to put down the story and then I'll get the history and the legal stuff put in properly at some point in a later edit. But yeah, that's what I was working on. And then I really want to, in the next 20-minute session that we have, I want to review the next bit of chapter. It's not a full chapter because I didn't finish it, but there's only literally like 3 A4 pages left and then I'll be up to where I'm up to and then I can actually do some proper writing, some new writing. So Jill, I've been commonplacing about the Northern Lights. I saw them a couple of weeks ago in Northern Norway. Amazing. I've seen them I've actually seen the Northern Lights 3 times and every single time was in the UK. Do you want to know the best place that I saw the Northern Lights? In my back garden. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that absolutely mental? So a couple of years ago, yeah, it will be 2 years ago now, I went up to more or less where the Sycamore Gap is, up in Northumberland. I went up to do a event. I was doing some freelance marketing for a live event that was happening up there at somewhere called The Sill, which is like an event and exhibition space, youth hostel, this, that and the other, that's up very close to the Sycamore Gap. And I was doing that event, and we went for a stargazing whilst we were up there. And at the stargazing, there was a guy called Will who does a lot of aurora chasing, and he said, I run this Facebook group, join the Facebook group. And it was one of those where he can message you on Facebook Messenger, but you can't message him. So he's like, it's an aurora alert channel. I will tell you when there's going to be an aurora, and then if you're nearby, if you're at home, you can go out into the garden, you can have a look. So I've been on this for about 2 years, and I never really thought much of it. You know, there's been a couple of times when I tried to have a look out, couldn't see anything, especially where I used to live. And then we moved to the new house. We'd only been here maybe a few weeks, and there was this incredible aurora. Yeah, you saw them in Somerset a couple of years ago. Yeah, there was like a little period where there was like 2 or 3 real big aurora bursts all at once, wasn't there? And yeah, I got some incredible pictures, some amazing pictures. And yeah, like some of my friends had gone to Iceland specifically to see the Northern Lights and hadn't. And I sent them this picture and they were like, I cannot believe that you've seen it, because it was like pink and green. Like, it was so bright I could actually see it with the naked eye, which is usually quite difficult. They were like, I can't believe you've seen it in West Yorkshire. So yeah, I'm really interested in the Northern Lights. I think they're amazing. And actually, if anybody wants details about that Aurora Alert group, then I can let you know. I think he's just reopened it because he had so many people on the alert group that he had to stop it for a while. But I think he's reopened it. I did some work on chapter 1 of the Tudor Fantasy. I still really don't love it, but I guess it's creating something that can be edited later. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people just talk about like getting the story down, but I have to be honest, from my personal experience of writing the Lighthouse book, which I've put to one side, and this one, I think I've learnt that yes, it's about getting the story down, but I need to be feeling it as well. Oh my gosh, the rain is insane. Sorry for getting totally distracted, but the weather is just absolutely mad. And this window, I've got a little window here behind me in the office, it does leak when we have really bad weather. So I'll just have to keep an eye on it. I might have to put a towel up there if it does start leaking. Yeah, you have to kind of feel it, I think. I wonder if it's worth, with the Tudor Fantasy one, I wonder whether it's worth playing around with the chapter order. Maybe just have like a little bit of a writing exercise where you literally go, okay, I'm going to take some of the later chapters and just instantly kind of flip it on its head. Like, what would happen if, you know, chapter 1 becomes chapter 10 or something like that. That might help, like, completely switch up the pace, and therefore might make you think about it a little bit differently. Another thing that I did with the Lighthouse novel, I don't think I'll need to do it with this one because it's more linear, but with the Lighthouse novel, because it had 3 different timelines overlapping, I wrote all the different chapters, all the different plot points out on post-it notes, and then I moved them around the post-it notes on my wall. That really helped as well in terms of like being able to see how the storylines interwove with each other. We saw the Northern Lights in Maidenhead, Berkshire, when my mother-in-law was in hospice. My husband got some incredible photos. Yeah, they're just. I think he was saying, Will was saying that there's something that's happened this particular year, or over the last kind of year to 2 years, that have just had a lot of solar flares, which have led to quite a lot of auroras. I would like to know the aurora alert. Okay, I'll find it in the next. Well, no, I won't be able to because it's on my phone, and I use my phone to film for this. I'll find it and I will, where shall I put a link to it? I'll pop a link into the comments section of this video. So when this becomes a video on demand on my live tab on my channel, I'll add a comment with the link there, and you can see if you can join it. It needs to sound like my world, if that makes sense. If the language is too sparse or too modern, it will pull me right out of it. Yeah, absolutely. That's a really good point, actually, because Alison, my mother-in-law, when she was reading this, she pulled out a couple of times when I'd gone into modern speak instead of like, because it's set in the late 1600s. And she said to me, she was like, I don't feel like somebody in the late 1600s would go, okay. And it was a really good point. They probably wouldn't have done. And even if they did, it sounds too modern. So there's some words out there that sound like they're a really modern, it's the same like with a lot of swear words, they sound like really modern, but actually when you look into the etymology, is that right? Is that the right term? You find out that they're actually very old terms, but they feel very modern. So there's a real balance, isn't there, between having it really historically accurate and actually having it like reading accurate so that people can be immersed in it. I have very little of it down. I have a massive outline, but not a lot of manuscript. I think I might try writing the scenes I'm really excited about, have pretty vivid in my mind, to try and immerse myself in the world and the language. I'm adopting some of the Tudor spellings of words, and that's pulling me out of it a bit at the moment, I think, but I think I just need to adapt. That's really interesting, really, really interesting, because that is a thing, isn't it? It's like how much of the accuracy do you want in it, or how much readability do you want in it as well? Interestingly, we were talking again. I was talking with my mum and my father-in-law about this book that I'm writing, because there's a scene where we're talking about the fact that the new monarch has introduced this particular law, and Alison, my mother-in-law, was saying that I needed to add a bit more historical context. She was like, you need to add why this king's coming, who they mean, like why is it important to, how does this fit into the wider history? And I was like, but they're literally just having a conversation, and she would know a lot of the history. It's like we know that, you know, everybody knows that Queen Elizabeth II was our last queen, and that King Charles the Third is our king now. So there's some historical context that a solicitor wouldn't need to explain to somebody because they're living in that time. So we were kind of discussing it, and I was like, I wonder how I can do this in a way that feels authentic to the story, but also is giving the reader enough historical context. And then my father-in-law said, well, why don't you just have like historical notes, either at the beginning or the end of the book, where you can explain some of the history. And it only needs to be like a couple of pages, just being like, this is a historical context. This is what was happening in the 50 years before the events of the book. This is why people make these decisions, etc., etc. And I'm just thinking that something like that could be quite useful for you with your Tudor spellings. You could do something at the very beginning that says, for the purposes of readability or for the immersiveness, I've decided to modernise the spellings, or I've decided to go with this particular spelling all the way through, just to make it more immersive. But actually, here's what the history was. It's just, it's a nice, I think sometimes it's a nice way to show that you know the period and that you've done the historical research, but you're also being very aware that you want it to be an engaging piece of writing as well. I'm probably not doing myself any favours writing a very contemporary piece alongside it, but hey ho. Well, you know, I think I've said this before, but somebody was saying that when they write, they often cheat on their current work in progress with something else, and they will always write kind of two books concurrently, because when they are getting tired of one, they can switch on to the other. So I think you'll know yourself, won't you, if it's going to work or if it's not going to work. But I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing if you find that it works as a tactic. Okay is new military speak, isn't it? Oh, I don't know. I genuinely don't know the history of the word okay. I don't even know where it comes from. I'm assuming it's a cut down version of something else. I get what you mean about words often sounding more modern than they actually are, yeah. I made the decision to use the letter Y in place of I for people and place names, but for other words I'm using our spelling choice just to make it a little less aggressive to the reader. Yeah, it's Tudor-inspired fantasy, so I'm not overly worried about historical accuracy. It's just a learning curve to see a lot more Ys than I'm used to. Yeah, you'll get used to it. And I think it'll give you a sense as well if you give it to beta readers or you ask a friend or family member to just read a little bit of it. If they're really struggling with the Ys, then that'll give you an indication of the readability for your general average reader as well. But yes, shall we go into another session? I'm aware that it's nearly 8 o'clock already. But let's go into our next, let's go into the next session now, which will mean that it'll be 8:15, when we finish the next 20-minute session, and then we can see where we're up to. So if anybody else has joined since we've started, we're going to go into a 20-minute writing session, or crafting, or watching telly, or reading, whatever it is that you're doing. Let us know what you're up to, and yeah, we'll move into the 20-minute session. I'll see you at 1:15. I'm going to put my headphones in so that I can listen to the music again. Right, that is the end of another session, another 20-minute session. How did everybody get on? How did you get on with that session? I've put a poll up on the chat about what music you would like next time. I can see at the moment that piano is winning with 67%. I do have a piano playlist. I think we've used it once in one of the previous sessions, so I might switch that out for next week. And then maybe we can do... I'll do like a new one for another couple of weeks or something like that, but I can do a piano one, that's not a problem. Oh, it's gone down now. I can't actually see... Oh, there we go. I was going to say I can't see all the different results, but piano or surprise me. Interesting, the fantasy's getting a 0. We've had the fantasy for, I think, 2 or 3 live streams in a row now, so it doesn't surprise me that maybe we want a little bit of something different. I mean, I could listen to a fantasy mix all day, every day, but I appreciate that people are working on different projects, so... Yeah, if you are watching this and you haven't already voted in the poll, let me know, because we'll keep it running until the end of the session. But yeah, if you haven't already voted, then vote and let me know what you would like to hear. Can I... Oh no, I can't minimise it now on my chat. Never mind. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I can. I've been editing my... Oh, sorry. I've been editing my YA story. Nearly got a whole chapter done. Well done. Amazing. What's your story about? A YA story. Do you know what? I really admire people who write YA fiction, because it's really difficult. Like, it's a very specific skill to be able to write for a very small kind of age range, really. But to get that balance between a story that has kind of some of the elements of children's writing, and then also transitioning into kind of adult themes and complex stories and characterizations. Yeah, I admire people who write YA fiction. I think it's not something that I feel confident enough to have a go at. Certainly not at the moment. But yeah, what is it about? How did everybody else get on? I have just got to the last chapter that I've got 2/3 of the way through. Writing that chapter. I was just finishing off the review of the difficult chapter that I was writing editing in the last session. So I've done that one. I've kind of got to the beginning of this one. I've just realised that, interestingly, there's like bits that I think I've written in my mind but haven't actually made it into the text. And now as I'm reading it, having left it maybe like a couple of weeks between the last time I looked at this specific chapter, I'm noticing that like I've missed words out in the middle of sentences and stuff. But yeah, I'm getting excited to write some new stuff, because I don't feel like I've written any new scenes in a couple of weeks, so I'm looking forward to that. I need to really decide what happens next, and I want to start kind of the romance bit of the story budding a little bit more. I mean, the romance is kind of going to be a bit of a peripheral storyline. It's not a romance novel. It is a historical fiction novel, but there is a romance story in there as well. It's just not the be all and end all. I'm happy with anything, bless you. I think we'll probably go with the piano at the moment. I think the piano is still winning at the moment, yeah. Oh, somebody wanted fantasy, yay! But yeah, the piano's still winning at the moment. I mean, I can create new ones every 2 or 3 weeks, so if there is something that you think of, just let me know at any point, because I use Epidemic Sound to make my playlists, and it's really easy to put them together. So it's set in the 90s, a coming-of-age story about overcoming bullying. Oh, that sounds really, really good. That does sound really good. I was bullied a little bit as a child as well, and I think a lot of people understand that feeling of either feeling like an outcast or being outcast or being bullied. So it's a universal theme. Yeah, it sounds great, and set in the 90s as well. I like the 90s as a time period. I feel like there aren't really... I think it's now that we're starting to see quite a lot of books and things set in the 90s, because it's got to the point that it was that long ago now that we're all feeling a bit nostalgic about it. And I think the great thing about like the 90s and the very early noughties is it's the last period when we didn't have technology like mobile phones and email and social media. And so for me personally, I like that period and earlier because I feel like you can play with connection a lot more. I don't think I could. I said don't think I could write a contemporary novel. I think I'd struggle to write a contemporary novel at the moment, given all of the kind of technology that you'd have to write into it. But yes, I'm indulging in the music of the 90s for my characters. Are you indulging in it for like inspiration of your characters' personalities, or are you like taking their names from music of the 90s? I love people who have like specific playlists for their writing when they're putting it together. Like I know that a few different writers have very specific music that they listen to. I don't really tend to listen to very specific music when I'm writing. I do when I'm reading. I will listen to ambient music that is in keeping with the kind of style of the book. So when I was reading the Hunger Games series, I was actually listening to Hunger Games and different ambient mixes on YouTube. I think there was one mix that was like the Capitol for when I was reading, which one would it have been? The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. I think I was listening to the Capitol ambience one quite a lot for that, and then I was listening to District 12 ambient mix for Sunrise on the Reaping. But yeah, I like the idea of people listening to very specific mixes for writing. Oh goodness me. That yawn totally blindsided me then. But yeah, I think that's really cool. Newbie here. I don't know how I found your channel, but loving the videos so far and thought I would see what the live stream was like. I've just been enjoying the music. Haha, we'll write next time. Welcome in. Is it Ellie? Is that how we should address you? Welcome. Thank you so much for joining the live stream. So the way that the live streams work is that they're kind of, oh gosh, sorry. So excuse me, I've got something in my eye. It's just instantly making my eyes go a bit funny. Oh, bear with me. Dear me. I have a very I have quite a lot of sensitivity with my eyes. They can be quite sensitive. Oh, sorry. It's almost a bit like cutting onions all of a sudden. Sorry about that. Yes, Ellie, lovely. So the way that the live streams work is that I set them up initially because I wanted to find a way to be able to have exactly what we're doing now, conversations with subscribers and people who follow me on social media. But also, I think it's really important when you are a writer to try and find a community of people that you can talk to about your projects, about any problems that you're facing, things like burnout, imposter syndrome, creative blocks, just being able to talk through some of the things that we're working on is, I think it's invaluable, and I've found that from doing a few different writing courses. It's been really, really helpful. And so I wanted to find a way to do both of those things, to provide a bit of community so that we can have real back and forth conversations, but also provide somewhere that people can come to every week and do some focused writing with other people who are also doing something creative, so that we can kind of create a bit of a community together and we can support each other. So that's what I'm hoping to achieve with this. And yeah, some people join who are not necessarily writers, but they are big supporters of the channel, or they have been following for a long time, just come in to hang out. I mean, we've got some people in here that are reading tonight. My mum's here. My mum supports with as many live streams as possible, so she'll probably be, I don't know, watching telly or something during the 20-minute sessions. So people can do all sorts. My sister sometimes pops in. She's away at the moment. But she sometimes pops in and she'll put the live stream on while she's out doing a shopping or something like that. So yeah, it's a welcome space for everybody, basically. Right, I need to catch up on chat. What have we got? The music is what brings the characters together. If I listen to it, I get carried away. I mean, absolutely, that's amazing. If that's what works, then that's fantastic. You right? Where's the dog?
He's there.
Is he? Is he? Hi, baby. Hi. Do you want to say hello to the live stream? Show him with the camera. Say hi. Not bark at the live stream. I think that's because he can hear Tom moving around. Well, that was rude. That was rude. What's going on? I don't know what he's doing. He's going mad. He's just going mad all of a sudden. What are you doing? What? No barking. No barking. This is mad. He's not barked at all. Like, the whole time that we've had him. He's just running around the room barking. Anyway, I apologise. I thought I could just bring him along and give you a nice little view of his face. And he barks at it. I mean, how very rude. He'll probably come and settle down in his bed at some point soon. And then you can see him there. Where was I? I was looking at chat. I'm currently working on short stories, trying to get into historical fiction, and it seems less scary. So the short stories feel less scary. Is that what you're saying? Yeah. I think doing little short stories or any kind of like writing exercise that you can do. I really want to do a writing challenge and make a YouTube video out of it. Writing a story over... Excuse me? Are you wanting me to play with your banana? This isn't helpful, is it? Yeah, I want to do a writing challenge where I write for 1 hour, 10 hours and 100 hours and see how the story changes. Oh, sorry, I'm going to have to throw a dog toy. Writing playlists are great for Pavloving yourself. I've probably said that in the worst Yorkshire accent ever. Where's your banana? Where's your banana? You have to pass it up to me. I'm not leaning onto the floor for it. Oh, thank you. Literally put it in my hands. What's Pavloving yourself into a whirl? I don't know what that means. I've not been able to curate one that feels properly reflective of this work in progress. Will you desist? Oh, gosh. I mean, is it even me? Is this even me? Is this even me if there's no chaos? I feel like I'm just chaotic most times. So much. Oh my gosh, I want to get back to this. Right, Pavloving yourself into a world. I've not been able to curate one that feels properly reflects immersive progress, but fingers crossed. Yeah, I think if you can get a playlist together that really helps you to immerse yourself in the world that you're trying to write, I mean, that's just like, it's like a hard line into your work in progress there, isn't it? Really easy and quick way to get focused on what you're working on. I'm going to kill my sister for giving him a toy with a squeaker in it. For those who make playlists, do you make one for each project you're working on or for blocks of time to focus? I like one that is an hour long, for example. That's a really good question, Ellie, actually. I'd be seeing what people have said. Oh, Goth said, I make a playlist for each project, yeah. I think I listen to a lot of soundtracks and ambient mixers on YouTube, so it's videos that other people have put together. So I have got a playlist, if anybody's interested. I've got one, it's called Soundtracks to Write to. And it is soundtracks, some of it's ambient mixes. I'd be more than happy to share that playlist with you if you want to see what I listen to, but it's kind of things that I find really help me focus. It's not just for writing, it's for work as well. Oh my god, Poppy! I'm just seeing everybody's laughing faces now when Ezra was playing with his toy. It's like triggering Alexa. Yeah. Absolutely is. My dog just barked in response to the live stream. Oh god, I'm sorry. Yeah, he definitely wants to join the live stream. Oh goodness me, never apologise for playing fetch with the puppy. I mean, I have to play with him when he brings his little banana and he's like, banana time. I have to throw it to him. Do you know what? I have heard of Pavlov's dog, but I can't remember what it is. I always get, I don't know why, but I get Pavlov's dog and, oh god, what's the cat one? Oh god, my mind's just gone blank now. I get those two mixed up. Yeah, Ezra's definitely on form, Mum. Absolutely. So funny. I'm glad that you all find it okay. I'd never want to be annoying on live stream, but Honestly, this dog, he's absolutely adorable. I love him to bits. But I have to say, he's worn me out this week. He really has. I've had him for a week. So this is my sister's dog, Ezra, for those who are new. I have a cat called Stanley. He's beautiful. He is my baby. And usually we have cat cam on the live streams, and Stanley sleeps in a bed on my desk, and we have the camera set up so that people can see Stanley while he sleeps. He didn't show up for the first 3 live streams because it was beneath him, like with most cats. But this week, because I'm dog sitting for Ezra while my sister's on holiday, I basically said that we'd put him on camera this week. But yeah, it's just chaos, absolute chaos. Pavlov trained the dogs to associate the bed. Oh yes, of course. Yeah. So yeah, it's like Pavloving yourself, isn't it, with the music? It's basically getting you to associate every time you hear that playlist or every time you hear that music, you're associating, right, it's right time, it's writing time. Yeah, that's a really good analogy, actually. What was the cat that I was thinking of? Schrodinger's cat. That's why I was getting confused between Pavlov's dog and Schrodinger's cat. Not the same concept at all, obviously. Yeah, goth, that's the one. Yeah, Schrodinger's cat is that the cat's inside a box. So philosophically, the cat can be considered both alive and dead because we don't know what the status of the cat is in the box because we can't see it. Yeah, I don't know where he's gone. He's over there playing with his banana now. So we're on 8:30. Do we want to do one more session? Should we do one more 20-minute session? I will probably still be chucking a banana in the background whilst we're writing, but at least you guys can go and listen to some lovely fantasy music whilst we do it. And again, if anybody's just joining now that hasn't been here before, let me know about the poll. We've got a poll going for what kind of music you would like to hear in next week's live stream. The moment Piano and Surprise Me is winning, so we'll have to wait until the end of the live stream to see which one wins. I think it's pretty clear that we won't do fantasy next week. This fantasy mix is what we're listening to right now on this live stream. We'll obviously keep it and we'll bring it back in the future. But I think for next week we'll have a little bit of a change of pace. So let's go into the final session. It'll be nice and quiet so you won't hear a squeaky banana. And yeah, we'll join then at 10 to 9 and we'll have kind of last 10 minutes of chat before we finish. So let's go into the last session. Right, how are we all getting on? Did anybody watch Ezra just absolutely destroying his banana on the live stream on his little camera? I don't know where he's gone. I think he might have taken the banana with him. It now just looks a little bit like a crime scene. There's just stuffing in his bed. I don't think my sister's getting much of that banana back when he takes it home. But, you know, it is what it is. That's what dogs do, don't they? They just ruin dog toys. That's the whole point of them. How did everybody get on? I see that we've got somebody joining or has joined us from Scandinavia. That's insane. That's so cool. Thank you so much for joining. I think it's so cool when people can connect across continents and countries and around the world and stuff. I've made some friends from lots of different countries. I've got some very close friends in America, some close friends in Australia, and it's just lovely to be able to connect with people from different countries. So yeah, thank you. Welcome in very much. If you haven't joined before, this is our live stream series where I am going to be coming live every Tuesday from 7 till 9 p.m. GMT. That's UK time. To do 2 hours of kind of focus time. Well, we can all get together as a community, we can chat, we can ask questions, we can talk about different projects that we're working on. But then in and amongst that, we do 20-minute sessions of, well, I will be doing writing. There are quite a few people who join the live stream who are also writing their own books or stories who will do writing as well. But then we've got people who are reading books, doing crafts, people who are just joining just for a chat and to support the channel. So yeah, but every Tuesday. As I've said before, there are going to be some Tuesdays that I can't do, so there is a full schedule on my website. It's charlottefinessewriter.co.uk. You can go onto the website. There's a tab in the menu called Livestream, and you'll see on that tab there's 12 weeks of dates showing when I am and when I'm not available. So that's a rolling 12-week schedule. After we finish the live stream tonight, I'm going to go on and delete tonight's date, and then I'll put the next date underneath. So it'll be a constantly rolling schedule of 12-week live streams. And then, like I say, you'll know in advance. So I think the first one that I am not able to do is in the middle of April. Let's just quickly go onto my website, because I can't remember them off the top of my head. Live Stream Writing Club. Yeah, 21st of April is the first date that I'm not able to do. So we're definitely going to be around for the next few weeks. And yeah, hopefully we can all work on some projects together. So that was lovely, spending some time reading and following the chat and enjoying the music. Oh, I'm so glad you liked it, Kelly. Really, really glad you liked it. Thank you so much for coming along. And that reminds me, actually, I just wanted to mention as well that I have launched memberships on my channel. I did have a Patreon account for a long time, and I had some wonderful patrons, of which Kelly was one of my lovely patrons on Patreon. But in the interest of trying to like streamline everything and just make it a lot easier for myself to be able to create extra content and have it all on one platform, I've closed down Patreon and we are moving over to YouTube members. So yeah, that's, excuse me, do you mind not headbutting me? So yeah, that is now live. There's no content on there just yet. That's my job for this week, is to create some bonus content for you. So I'm thinking that things on there are going to be kind of like the videos that don't quite fit in with the channel kind of themes, but content that I really enjoy making. So some sewing and crafting content, maybe some like writing. I think that you can do live streams for members only, but I'm not really sure about that. I think I will just stick to the completely free open live streams. Things like my ghost hunt that I do every October. I really love making them. It's just something a bit fun and a bit silly and a bit kind of different, but it doesn't really fit in with the kind of main theme of my channel. But if people like them, then I can continue to create it and pop it on my membership. So, and I want to do a few like just kind of general catch-ups, kind of little bits and pieces. I used to do a series that was called Voice Notes from Me, and it was a little like kind of few minute voice note every week, where I updated my patrons on what I was doing, any news, any this, that and the other, and I want to do little videos like that as well. So that's a membership. No pressure to join, absolutely. Just being a subscriber and just coming along and engaging with my videos for free is absolutely amazing as well. So, I'm glad that you all enjoyed it. Thank you, I really enjoyed that. Very fun, thank you. Thank you, Charlotte, very enjoyable. Oh, I'm so glad that you've enjoyed it. Sorry, let me just... Oh dear me, that's my alarm. How can I stop that while still... There we go. I was like, it was on my phone and I'm recording on my phone, and I was like, how can I do it without it interfering with the camera? Oh, we're an amateur setup here, guys. I don't have fancy studios, and I don't have people who can monitor a live stream for me and do all of this for me. It is literally me, my phone, and OBS software. So it's raw, it's very raw, and it's very real when I live stream. So I forgot what I was going to say. I've forgotten what I was saying, but I'm glad you've all enjoyed it very much. What did the poll say? Let's have a look at the poll. What's that say now? It says exactly 43% on piano and surprise me. So I tell you what, let's go with piano for next week, because I have a piano playlist already created, but I will work on a surprise as well. I will work on another playlist for the following week or a couple of weeks later. I've got an idea. I've got an idea of something in the back of my mind that I think I might try. So we'll go with the piano for next week, because that was winning for quite a while in the poll. Let's end that there for now. And yeah, thank you very much for engaging with the poll as well. That's the first time we've done that. But I'd like to do things like this. So yeah, if you have enjoyed it, please do like the stream. That really helps with YouTube in terms of telling YouTube that, you know, I'm making content that's worthwhile. It really, really helps. And yeah, we'll see you next week, 7 till 9 p.m. Ezra won't be here. Not that I think he minds. But hopefully we'll have a Stanley. So, you say goodbye. I don't think you should actually be eating that. Oh gosh, I think he's got a piece of fluff stuck on his chin. I'm going to go and rescue the quickly dying banana from being completely mauled by Ezzy, and I'm going to go. But thank you very much again for joining the live stream. I'll see you next Tuesday, 7 till 9 p.m. with Stanley. Bring a project, bring a craft, bring some friends. Please do tell people about the live stream, and it'd be great if we could grow the community. So, thank you very much. I'm going to hit stop streaming now, and I will see you very soon. In fact, I'm going to put it back onto the starting soon. I still need to do a thank you for joining end card for my live streams. I will do that for next week. And yeah, I'll see you then. Bye.